Good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. My team's research topic during this presentation will be about students' perception of AI use in completing academic tasks and whether a specific set of factors may be significantly correlated with those perceptions. These factors include one's familiarity to AI, level of AI endorsement, need for cognition, propensity to morally disengage, and their scores on procrastination.
When it comes to AI use among students in community college, there are a lot of things to consider. Some of the background literature about AI has shown that students do not always have a clear understanding of when artificial intelligence programs for their school or work constitutes plagiarism or academic dishonesty. Another thing that's important to understand and maybe factor in is whether or not the need for cognition might be correlated with whether or not people feel comfortable with using AI or are more likely to use AI. And individuals can be higher or lower in their need for cognition, and that describes whether they enjoy challenging thinking processes or not. So if they're more interested in challenging thinking, they might not want to have as much of a shortcut. Academic anxiety also predicts levels of depression that are higher than those with just personality-based anxiety. Another thing that's important to think about is procrastination, because procrastination could lead people to feel like they need to use AI shortcuts. So students that self-identify as procrastinators also tend to identify as people with low self-efficacy and also have higher self-awareness of their procrastination. And finally, those who are high in empathy and moral identity have lower moral disengagement. So those with moral disengagement might be more likely to use AI even if it's not permitted.
Method. For our method, a national survey was administered to a sample of over 2,000 participants through the Psi Beta Honor Society. The link for the survey was shared by Psi Beta members and advisors with college students. The following established scales were used, as well as several original items: the Academic Anxiety Scale, Perceptions of Artificial Intelligence Misconduct, Need for Cognition, Moral Disengagement, and Procrastination. Demographic information was also collected from all participants with respect to gender, age, ethnicity, current grade point average, desired education level, and honors student status.
When it comes to the results, there was a negative correlation between scores on AI familiarity and age. We hypothesized that there would be a negative correlation between the scores on academic anxiety and their scores with identification with academics. And this actually was supported by our data. We also hypothesized that there will be a negative correlation between scores on endorsement of AI use and scores on need for cognition. This was also supported by our data. And we also predicted that there would be a significant correlation between scores on propensity to morally disengage and scores on procrastination. This was also supported by our data.
Key points to take away from this research project is 1. Students who scored higher in their need for cognition were less likely to use AI to complete their work. Our team concludes this may be due to their desire to self-stimulate and learn their material authentically. 2nd, those who identify with academics were less likely to experience academic anxiety. These students were less likely to worry about their grades and academic performance. 3rd, students who scored as high procrastinators also had a high propensity to morally disengage. Our background demonstrates a correlation between moral disengagement and AI plagiarism in college, leading to a serious consideration of future identifiable effects between the two variables. Additional future directions would be to determine whether young academics benefit from institutionalized promotion of higher order cognition. 2nd, to conduct an experimental research design to determine if students who habitually procrastinate experience more stress, causing them to engage in morally disengaged behaviors such as AI plagiarism. Thank you for listening to our presentation.